Ever heard of a soufflé that took flight? Prepare for liftoff. Now, when we think about cooking, we imagine a harmonious process, a ballet of ingredients coming together to create culinary magic. But sometimes, things don't quite go as planned. Let's take a journey through the world of kitchen catastrophes where good intentions meet disastrous results. Imagine the excitement of attempting a new dish. You've got your apron on, your recipe in hand, and a fire in your belly. But sometimes that fire can be a little too literal. Picture this, a novice cook trying to flambe for the first time. A flick of the wrist, a bit too much brandy, and whoosh! Suddenly you're not just cooking dinner, you're also putting on a fire show. Next, let's move on to the wonderful world of baking. It starts with a dream of a light, fluffy cake rising perfectly in the oven. But when the oven door opens, it's like a scene from a horror movie. The cake has overflowed, spilling its guts all over the oven. It's more lava cake than sponge cake, and not in a good way. And then we have those ambitious home chefs trying their hands at exotic dishes. They follow the recipe to the letter, but the end result looks nothing like the picture. It's an unrecognizable blob, a mystery dish that even Sherlock Holmes couldn't identify. But it's not all bad. Sometimes these kitchen catastrophes can lead to unexpected delights, like that time when a failed pancake flip turned into a ceiling art installation, or when a botched batch of cookies ended up inventing a new dessert. Through all these cooking fails, we see people's creativity, persistence, and humor shining through. Because at the end of the day, the kitchen is not just a place for cooking, it's a stage where life's comedies and dramas play out. And the award for the most creative use of a kitchen goes to, who needs a recipe when you have a wild imagination? Now that's a question that has led to some of the most innovative and, let's face it, hilariously disastrous culinary experiments of all time. Let's dive into a world where the ordinary is boring and the bizarre is the new norm. Imagine, if you will, a steaming plate of spaghetti. Now most of us would reach for the parmesan, the basil, perhaps a generous splash of olive oil, but not our intrepid culinary explorers. They reach for the chocolate. Yes, you heard that right. Chocolate in spaghetti. It's a flavor combination that's sure to raise a few eyebrows and maybe even a few gag reflexes. But hey, who are we to judge? But it doesn't stop there. Oh no, we're just getting started. Picture a fluffy vanilla cake. You've got your flour, your sugar, your eggs. But wait, what's that being poured into the mix? Is it milk? No. Is it water? Nope, it's soda. The bubbles, the fizz, the unexpected pop of flavor. It's a cake mix that's sure to leave a lasting impression. And let's not forget the brave soul who decided that pickles and peanut butter were a match made in heaven. Or the adventurous spirit who thought that popcorn would add just the right crunch to a bowl of creamy soup. The list goes on and on, each combination more outrageous than the last. It's a riotous journey of flavors that leaves us both intrigued and a little bit scared. It's a testament to the limitless bounds of human creativity, and a reminder that sometimes the best recipes are the ones that break all the rules. So, next time you're in the kitchen feeling a little adventurous, remember this: there's a fine line between genius and madness. And sometimes that line is a chocolate-covered spaghetti strand or a soda-infused cake. Remember folks, just because you can doesn't mean you should. But then again, where's the fun in that? Brace yourselves, the taste testers have logged in. And oh, what a brave lot they are. Stepping into the unknown, one spoonful at a time. It's like a culinary minefield out there, and our intrepid tasters are marching right in. Armed with nothing but their taste buds, they're ready to face the music, or rather, the flavor. First up, we have a budding chef who's dared to recreate his grandmother's secret recipe. He takes a bite and oh, the horror. He looks like he's just bitten into a lemon. That's a reaction for the books, folks. A grimace that could outdo any Halloween mask. But wait, there's more. He's going back for a second bite. Now that's what we call culinary courage. Next, we have a lady who seems to have confused salt for sugar in her dessert. The anticipation is palpable as she takes a bite. The realization dawns slowly, then all at once. It's a face that screams, "I've made a grave mistake." It's like watching a tragedy unfold in slow motion, and yet there's something undeniably hilarious about it. Then we have the classic "this is not what I expected" reaction. A man, quite pleased with his creation, takes a bite, and then the shock sets in. It's not disgust, not quite pleasure, but a perfect blend of perplexity and surprise. It's as if his taste buds have entered a realm they never knew existed. And lastly, there's the "I can't believe I made this" reaction. A woman takes a bite of her dish and her eyes light up. It's a masterpiece, a culinary triumph, and she can't quite believe it. There's a moment of stunned silence, followed by a triumphant "Yes!" It's a joyous moment, a victory against all odds. Each reaction is a story, a journey into the wild world of home cooking. It's a testament to the trials and tribulations, the victories and defeats that come with treading uncharted culinary waters. Well, if cooking doesn't work out, they've certainly got a future in acting. Who said cooking can't be a full-body workout? It seems like many folks have caught on to this idea, transforming their kitchens into dance floors and their cooking routines into full-blown performances. Imagine this. You're standing in your kitchen, spatula in hand, as you wait for your pasta to boil. The silence is deafening, but then out of nowhere your foot starts tapping, your hips start swaying. Before you know it, you're in the middle of a full-on kitchen dance-off with yourself. And why not? There's something about the rhythm of the kitchen, the sizzle of the pan, the bubbling of the pot, the chop, chop, chop of the knife, that's just begging to be danced to. Of course, some people take their kitchen performances to the next level, turning their meal prep into a one-person Broadway show. Picture a chef belting out their favorite tunes as they whisk their cake batter, or a home cook performing a dramatic monologue to their roast chicken. It's a sight to behold, and more often than not, a source of great amusement. Then there are those who prefer to keep their performances a bit more low-key. Maybe they're just humming along to a catchy tune on the radio, or maybe they're conducting an imaginary orchestra with their kitchen utensils. Either way, they're adding a dash of fun and creativity to their cooking routine, and that's something we can all appreciate. But let's not forget the comedic gold that comes with these kitchen performances. There's nothing quite like the sight of someone trying to juggle onions, only for them to end up all over the floor, or the person who attempts a pirouette only to slip on a rogue tomato. It's these moments of unexpected hilarity that make the kitchen dance all the more entertaining. So the next time you find yourself alone in the kitchen, why not give it a try? Turn up your favorite song, grab your spatula and let loose. After all, when life gives you onions, just dance the tears away. If you've made it this far without laughing, we salute you. But don't relax just yet. Let's take a moment to remember the side-splitting scenes that we've witnessed today. It's been a whirlwind of culinary comedy, from the kitchen catastrophe to the mystery ingredient, the epic taste test reactions, and of course the unforgettable kitchen dance. Who could forget the moment when our chef tried to flip a pancake only for it to land squarely on his head? The sight of him standing there, wide-eyed and covered in batter, will be etched in our memories for a long time. And let's not forget the mystery ingredient debacle. Who knew that adding a spoonful of wasabi to a chocolate cake could cause such uproar? The look of shock on our taste tester's face was priceless. Speaking of taste testers, their reactions were the highlight of our show. The grimaces, the looks of surprise, the occasional spit take. We've seen it all. From the spicy chili that made them gasp for water, to the unexpectedly delicious combination of pickles and peanut butter, their faces have told 1,000 stories. And who could overlook the kitchen dance? Our chef, lost in the rhythm of the sizzling pans and chopping knives, gave us a performance to remember. His flamboyant twirls with the frying pan, the salsa with the salad, and the tango with the toaster were nothing short of hilarious. But we're not done yet. We have a few more surprises up our sleeve, like the time our chef tried to catch a flying fish, or the moment when the pasta machine went haywire, shooting spaghetti all over the kitchen. These are the laugh-out-loud moments that make cooking such a joy. So as we wrap up today's cooking chaos, let's remember that it's not about perfecting the recipe, it's about the laughs we share along the way. Remember, laughter is the best dish served hot. Stay tuned for more cooking chaos.